So this morning we're going to be journeying inside to create a spaciousness so that we can be present with that energy that is within us all, a compassionate spirit that is said to live inside all living things, all living beings. So to begin that journey, feel free to just close the eyes and begin to shift the awareness within more fully. And as you do so, you can just set an intention to practice for the benefit and good of your children, for the benefit and good of your family and community, and for the benefit and good of all beings everywhere. And feeling that spacious connection out there, see if you might begin to become curious about all that's happening in here within you. And just allowing yourself to notice what's there within you right now. There might be thoughts, sensations, emotions, images. There also might be parts of you that are seeking your attention. Parts of you that have memories. So see if you might just send a loving message to all of these internal experiences. That they're all important to you and they all matter to you. Kind of like a really loving leader. Just letting all of these internal experiences know that you care about them and that they're all welcome here. You can also just let them know that it can be helpful for them to feel you and your deep, wise, loving self more fully. And one way that they can feel you more is by just giving you a little breathing room inside. So see if you can pretend that there's a gentle, loving membrane around you. And just begin to invite these experiences within you, these parts of you, to just gently relax back. Just relax back a little bit into that soft, loving presence of that membrane. And just letting them know that as they give you a little more space, they can see you more deeply and easily. As all of these different parts of you relax back into the soft comfort of that membrane. Your deep, wise, loving self can be felt. Seen more clearly. So Just continuing to invite these parts of you to relax back. There's a soft place to land there. And you can shine your caring attention on them more easily now. And just allowing them to see you and your clarity. And the light of your compassionate presence. And just take a few moments to shine that self energy. That energy so full of compassionate presence on all of these parts of you. Letting them feel your loving essence. And just take a moment to thank them. Thank all of these parts of you for giving you some space, for giving you some breathing space to shine your loving energy on them. And you can just let them know, you can communicate to all of these parts of you inside that we'll be spending the next hour or so moving and breathing with you, your deep, wise, loving self, at the helm of the ship of yourself. If they're willing, if these parts of you are willing to give you that space and that permission to come forward more fully. And it's okay if any part wants to come in at any time. It's perfectly fine to be seen or heard or understood or known by you. And you can just lovingly bow to those parts that are needing your acknowledgement and shine some love on them. And if they're willing, then it would be helpful for them to step back and relax back again so your deep, wise, loving self can emerge. So just in your own words, in your own way, just taking a moment to communicate some gratitude, appreciation for all of your parts. And as they continue to relax back, they can take a little break, they can take a nice rest. You can begin to deepen your breath, feeling feeling free to bring right hand to belly, left hand to heart. And exhale fully, pressing the belly in, exiting the air out through the nostrils. Inhale, slowly expand belly, rib cage, collarbones rise. And exhale, collarbones lower, chest lowers, belly deflates. Inhale, belly, rib cage, collarbones rise. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Just becoming more aware of this deep breath as you breathe. And feel how much easier perhaps it is to be aware of this breath as the many parts of you have relaxed back, leaving mostly this loving presence, clarity, and courageous compassion. Just breathing in to all of that. Just present with your capital S self. Good. And after the next long, slow exhalation, you can return the breath back to normal. And you can place both hands on the heart or unite the hands together in front of the heart. And humbly bow the head. And just take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests deep within you. This light that you are. Bowing to your capital S self. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests deep within your children. Bowing to their capital S self. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests within all beings everywhere without exception. No matter how obscured that light is, all beings have this capital S self deep within. Just take a moment to bow to it. Good, and gently bring the head back to center and rotate the palms up. And begin to fan the arms out to the sides with the palms up. You can even lift the thumbs up or back, your choice. And rock the hips forward, lift the head, neck, and chest. You can experiment with bending the elbows or straightening the arms as the thumbs reach back. External rotation of the shoulders, opening the chest and heart more fully. Take a few deep breaths in, just breathing into your capital S self. Opening more and more fully to your self energy. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Yes. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Rock the hips back, interlock the thumbs, dive the arms forward, bowing the head. Just taking a moment to dive inwardly into that compassionate presence within you more deeply. And with the breath, rotate the palms up, thumbs back, rock the hips forward, lift the head, neck, and chest. Inhale here, breathing into your capital S self energy. And exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, dive the arms forward, diving into your internal presence. Inhale, rotate the palms up, thumbs back, arching up and back. Breathing into your self energy, and exhale, diving into your compassionate presence. And continue at your own slow breathing pace, moving nice and slowly. Kind of swimming in the sea of compassionate energy within you. Full of this energy, moving with and through this energy. Good. And after the next full exhalation, you can just release the hands to the lap. Close the eyes for a moment and just bask in the glow of this compassionate energy within you. Good. And just communicating inwardly to all of the different parts of you that you are here for them, that you appreciate them giving you some breathing space so you can emerge more clearly. They can know you and see you and benefit from your presence. Good. And you can begin to bring the hands onto the earth out in front, rolling onto the hands and knees. And round the back, tuck the chin, tucking the tailbone under, press the hands down and forward. And you might notice some sensations in the mid, low back, emerging. And just send a caring message to those sensations. I'm listening to you. And just invite those sensations in the back body to feel your care and your presence. And then we're going to lift the head, neck, and chest, swing the buttocks up, press the hands down and towards the knees, opening through the abdomen. And take a few deep breaths, sensing any sensations in the abdomen, belly, or low back. Send a caring message to those sensations. I'm listening. I'm here with you. And just invite those sensations to feel your caring presence. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Pressing hands forward and down. And inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, pressing hands back and down. Continue for a few more rounds. Basking in this capital S self energy. As you move, as you breathe. And becoming aware as we move and breathe of different parts of you that are communicating with you. mostly in the yoga practice, perhaps through sensation. And after the next full round, you can pause, lowering the buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the earth, and just resting. And from a place of self-leadership, just inviting as many parts of you and your body to participate in this moment of rest as possible. It's an invitation, not a demand. Parts of you don't have to relax. It's just an invitation to relax. You can invite any parts that are tense or tight in the low back to soften, to give you some breathing space. And it's okay if they don't. There might be some important information they have. Some good reason that they're not willing or able to relax yet. So just let any sensations that might be there in the back know that you're listening and you care. Just let them feel your caring presence. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, feeling the low back expand. And exhale, feel the mid-low back deflate. Extend the arms forward, shift the weight into the hands, coming up onto all fours. And melt the hips forward, lifting head, neck, and chest, drawing shoulders back and down. Feeling free to keep the knees grounded, or you can lift the knees up. If you lift the knees up especially, you can engage Mula Bandha, root lock, and draw the belly button towards the spine. Roll the eyes of the elbows forward, a little external rotation of the shoulders. Inhale here, breathing into your self energy. And exhale, press back either into child's pose or curl the toes under and lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Just take a moment to notice the sensations, different parts of the body calling out for your attention. And it's a nice opportunity to express some self-energy and extend some self-energy to those parts of the body. Expressing some care, letting these parts of the body know that you see them, that you're listening. And just see if they can feel you, if they can sense your presence. It's okay if they can't. It's just helpful to check in. Good, and from here we're going to come forward and up towards upward dog, moving between those two positions. And exhale, press back into child's pose or downward facing dog, your choice. Rocking forward and back, inhale, coming forward and up. And exhale, pressing back, downward dog or child's pose. And continue as moving through the sea of self-energy. Good. After the next full round, you can pause, resting either into child's pose or downward dog. Just settling in. Good, and take a nice deep breath in.
Inhale for long, slow exhalation. Good. And you can bring the arms alongside the legs if you're in child's pose, or you can walk the feet forward towards the hands if you're in downward dog. And we'll lift the body all the way up to standing. Walking towards the front of the mat, taking those courageous steps forward. Really showing up for ourselves with care for our bodies and our whole system inside. And then you can unite the palms together in front of the heart and extend the arms forward, up and back. Just take a few deep breaths, opening space. Just asking the different parts inside yourself to give you some breathing space so you and your deep, full presence can emerge. That capital S self can be seen by all of the different parts of you inside. Take a nice deep breath into that self energy. And exhale, hinge forward, bow down. And tune in. And from that place of self energy, we can begin to notice the different parts of us with greater clarity. So scanning the body, noticing sensations behind the knees, the upper legs, hamstrings, low back. And just becoming curious about those sensations. We can even ask if there's a sensation that has a lot of activity around it or energy in it. You can just communicate to that sensation. I'm right here. I care about you. And we could even ask, what do you want me to know about you? What information do you have for me? And just take a moment to check in with that part of the body and just see how it responds. It could be helpful to reflect back any information you're getting from that part of the body. I hear you. I hear this is what you're saying. And just take a moment, if you did get any information, just thank that part of the body for sharing some of this information with you. Bend the knees, fingertips in line with the toes. Step the left foot far back. Left knee raised or lowered. And lift the head, neck, and chest. Opening to this deep, wise, loving presence that is your deep self, your capital S self. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other, draw the perineum up and in. Feel the heart opening more and more fully. This openness of heart, that's a deep part of who you are most essentially. Parts of you might be trying to protect you, might be creating guards or walls in the heart. We all have parts like that. It's inevitable. None of us are invulnerable to having our hearts broken, or hurting. So parts of us come in to try to protect us and guard us from that pain again. So it helps to thank them for their care. It helps to thank those parts of us for their service within our system, like soldiers coming back from a war. Just thanking them for their good service. All parts like to be appreciated and seen and acknowledged for their work and their role within our systems. So maybe just bow the head humbly. Thinking any parts of you that might be developing walls or guards in the heart. And then just lift the head, neck, and chest, and just invite those parts of you to soften back, feeling the safety of the moment. Just to soften their energy or relax back to give you some breathing space. Take a nice deep breath in. Good, and exhale, step the right foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Knowing that those parts of you can always come back in if they sense the need for protection. But for right now, just inviting them to relax back in the safety of the moment so you can emerge. And resting either in downward dog or plank pose or half plank with one knee down or all fours. So there's lots of options here. Check in with the body. See what feels right for the body today. Might be different than last week. Listening to the body's cues and what it's communicating to you with great care. And from here, coming forward and up, either knees, chest, and chin, or slithering forward, or chaturanga if you have a chaturanga practice. And press the hands down and back. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other, shoulders away from the ears. You can lift the kneecaps up off the floor, engaging the quadricep muscles, pressing the nail beds of the toes down into the floor, and then lift the chest. You can draw the perineum up and in here, belly button towards the spine to engage the core muscles. And then inhale, breathing in to that self energy, and exhale, bowing down to it, lowering the head slightly. Inhale, breathing into your self energy as you rise. And exhale, just relaxing into that self energy more fully. And continue a few more rounds. Hands can press forward and down on the exhalation. Hands can press back and down on the in-breath. Muscles can relax a little on the out-breath. And you can engage deeply on the in-breath. Good, and after the next full round, you can press the hands down and lift the hips up high, pressing the belly button towards the spine as you do so. Moving into downward dog and feeling free to bend one knee, pressing the opposite heel down and just registering those sensations. Letting those sensations know that you're listening to them. You can sense them more clearly now that they've given you some space. That the other parts have given you some space. And then you can switch, slowly switching, registering the new sensations on the opposite calf. Letting those sensations know that you're listening. and communicating care to those sensations. And continue alternating slowly, taking some time to listen to the communication from the body. Maybe the shoulders are getting a little tired, so you can rest when needed. Also communicating care to the shoulders or the wrists. Eventually looking between the hands and stepping the left foot forward between the hands, right knee raised or lowered. And lifting head, neck, and chest to open the heart. Squeezing inner thighs towards each other, drawing perineum up and in, Mula Bandha, root lock. Feeling the heart opening, this openness of the heart. An experience of self-energy. Just inviting other parts of us to relax back. So the self can emerge. And this approach from internal family systems, it said that the self can't push its way forward. All it can do is simply invite other parts that might be obscuring it to relax back. So just gently bow the head, bowing the head down to the openness of heart. And just take a moment to communicate inwardly to these different parts of you, just thanking them for their service within you, for their roles within you, for the good work they're doing within you. And also thanking them for giving you a little breathing space right now so you can emerge, so they can see you and feel you with more clarity. And so you can see them with greater clarity too. Good, gently lifting head, neck, and chest, engaging Mula Bandha root lock. Take a nice deep breath in, squeeze inner thighs towards each other. And exhale, right foot steps forward to meet the left, bowing the head down. And seeing if you can integrate some of the information you might have received in this pose the first time you're in it this morning. Information I received from my low back when I was sensing some sensations there is it didn't want me to round forward so much. It wanted me to lift up just slightly. So just see if you might scan the body for any interesting sensation and be curious about those sensations. Just extend that curiosity to that part of the body. Let it know you're caring about it and you're listening. And you're curious if there's anything it wants you to know about itself, any information it has for you. See if you can communicate that directly to that part of the body. And then just listen for a response, trusting what comes. It helps to reflect back understanding. That Makes sense. I hear that. And appreciation. Thank you for letting me know about you. Thank you for sharing this information with me. Good. And then you can extend the arms forward, lengthening through the low back, lifting the torso up, lifting the arms up, arching up and back, opening to capital S self. Self with a capital S. That's self energy. Just breathing into yourself. Yes, good. Take a nice deep breath into yourself. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Feeling this experience of self-leadership, of leading from this place inside of us. This deep, wise, loving presence within you. Good, and continuing, exhale fully. Inhale the arms forward, up and back, breathing into yourself. And exhale, bow down to the self-energy that you can live from and move through. Inhale, right foot back, lift head, neck, and chest. And exhale, left foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, bowing down to this deep, wise, loving self. Inhale, right foot forward, open the heart. Exhale, left foot forward, bow the head humbly. Inhale the arms forward, up and back. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, breathing into yourself. And exhale, bow down, acknowledging all of the different parts of you. Inhale, left foot back, lifting head, neck, and chest, opening to self more fully. Exhale, right foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Inhale, come forward and up, opening your heart to yourself. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lifting head, neck, and chest. Exhale, right foot forward, bowing the head down. Inhale, the arms up and back. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, the arms forward, up and back. Yes. And exhale, bow down. Inhale, right foot back and pause there for a few breaths in lunge pose. Lifting head, neck, and chest. Opening the heart. Feeling that warmth of heart that comes from this self-energy within you. Good. And from here, we're going to lift the right knee, lower the right heel down to the left slightly. You can move the left foot out to the left a little bit if you want, so the feet are kind of on railroad tracks. And bring the hands to the hips. And we're going to just create a nice foundation here. So if this is challenging already, you can step the back foot forward a little bit. If you want more of a challenge, you can slide the back foot back so that the left thigh becomes more parallel to the floor. I'm going to choose a middle position. Press the right hip forward. Spiral the thighs out. Make sure you can see your left big toe so the left knee isn't rolling in, it's spiraling out. And then you can press the right knee, the back knee, back towards the wall behind you. Good. You can draw the lower ribs down and in, engaging the core muscles, pressing the belly button towards the spine, drawing the perineum up and in. And then you can extend the arms forward and up into Warrior One. And just take a few deep breaths, breathing deeply into yourself. Feeling this pose as a symbolic gesture of the courage within you. The courage to face your life directly, says Jack Kornfield. The courage to not run from our lives or from our internal experiences. This is the courage that capital S self embodies. Other parts of us might be scared to look or see or feel what's in there, but capital S self isn't scared. It courageously has the capacity to turn towards and be with whatever's there within us. So just take a nice deep breath in to this capital S self courage. And exhale, straighten the front leg, hands to the left thigh, hinge forward from the hips, and bow down to that courage that is there within you. Whether you're in touch with it or not, whether another part of you is obscuring that courage or not, bowing down to the courage that is a deep, inherent part of you. Not something we have to put on. Just something that's there, that we discover is there when the obscuring parts of us are willing to relax back. Bend the left knee, lift the arms up, inhale here in honor of that courage that is there within us. And exhale, straighten the front leg and bow down to that inherent courage. Inhale, bend the left knee, lifting the arms up, opening ourselves up to that courage that's there. And exhale, bow down to it humbly. And continue. You might play with the expression in the arms and the fingers a little bit here. Moving the arms and hands through the negative space around you. The open space around you. Good. After the next full round, you can pause in Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1, in honor of that courage. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, bow down one more time. Straighten the front leg, bowing down. Good. And then you can bend the left knee, slide the right foot back. Lunge pose. You can lift the right foot up to deepen the right quadricep stretch. Draw the muscles of the perineum up and in. Lift the heart. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale, lower the right foot down and step the left foot back, downward facing dog or plank. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. And pressing the belly button towards the spine, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward and pause. And we're going to lift the left knee, lower the left heel to the right slightly. You can walk the right foot out to the right a little bit. Bring the hands to the hips, lift the torso up, and then we're going to set up our foundation. So you can slide the back foot forward a little bit if you want something more gentle, We can slide the back foot back a little bit if you want something much more strenuous, your choice. I'm going to choose a middle position, the middle way. Left hip pressing forward, spiral the thighs outward. Make sure you can see your right big toe so that right knee isn't rolling inward. Press the left knee, the back knee, back towards the wall behind you. Left hip forward, draw the lower ribs down and in. Engage the perineum. Engage the core muscles by pressing the belly button towards the spine. And then you can lift the arms up to the sky. So Jack Kornfield says something like this: to open deeply, as spiritual life requires, we need a kind of warrior strength. But this strength isn't in the body, it's in the heart. Requires this strength to not run from our lives. Indeed, to face our lives directly, we truly need a warrior's heart. So this is said to be inherently there within us, this strength of heart, this courage, just sometimes gets obscured. So take a nice deep breath into the courage that is there within you, whether you're in touch with it right now or not. And exhale, straighten the front leg, hands to the thigh, shin, ankle, or floor. Or you can even swim the arms back behind you like wings. Bend the right knee, inhale the arms up, feeling, sensing that courage within you. And exhale, bow down to it humbly, whether you're in touch with it or not. Continuing at your own pace. And feeling free to move the arms if you'd like, a little more organically. Moving through that space around you. Or continuing to move the arms in the rhythmic way that we were before. See what serves you more. The freedom or the structure. Good. Eventually coming back up into Warrior One. And just take a moment. Virabhadrasana 1. This pose an embodiment of that warrior courage. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, straighten the front leg, hands, slide down the leg towards the floor. And just bow the head for a moment to integrate. Good. Bend the right knee, slide the left foot back, lunge position. Inhale here, squeeze the muscles of the pelvic floor up. And exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right foot. Forward fold. Inhale the arms up and back, breathing into self. And exhale, palms to the heart. Pause here, close the eyes. And just be still for a moment, full of presence. And just take a moment to invite all of the parts of yourself to notice you, to feel your caring presence. Sustaining this connection with your deep, wise, loving self. Can gently release the arms and softly open the eyes. And lay the belly down onto the earth with the head towards center, feet towards the wall behind you. And just invite the body to rest, inviting as many parts of the body to rest as possible right now, whether the arms are alongside the body or you bend the forearms out in front and rest the forehead on the forearms. Just invite the body to rest. And inviting more and more parts of the body to rest with you. You can let them know, the ones that are still a little tight or tense, you can let them know, I see that you've been working hard, maybe even overworking. I know it's hard to rest when you feel your job is really important. It's okay if you don't rest. Just see if you might be able to. Just rest a little more. It's safe to rest right now. If you're willing to. And just take a moment to acknowledge all of the parts of you that are resting well and deeply, as well as acknowledging the parts of you that were able to rest a little bit, even if not fully. And take a nice deep breath in, feel the low back rise. And exhale, feel the low back fall. Good. And then you can extend the right arm out in front and rotate the right palm up. Bring the back of the left hand onto the low back and lift the left leg. You can decide if you'd like to leave the right arm where it is, or lift the right hand, or lower the right hand down and lift the whole right arm. It's helpful to draw the perineum up and in and press the belly button towards the spine to protect the health of the low back here. Inhale here, opening up to self-energy. And exhale, release the right arm, left leg, and switch. Left arm forward, bring the back of the right hand to the low back. Rotate left palm up. Lots of different parts of us engaged in this pose. Lift the right leg, lift the head, neck, and chest. Maybe lift the left hand or the whole left arm. And just opening up to capital S self. Even with all of these parts of us engaged. Opening up to self-leadership. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, gently unwind. And you can either choose to rest now, or we can move through a few more rounds with the breath. Right arm forward, bring the back of the left hand to the low back, right palm up. Inhale, right arm, left leg. And exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And exhale, release and switch. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, release and switch. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And this time as you exhale, you can place the palms face down underneath the shoulders, and we can all press up onto all fours. And either do some cat-cow if that feels right to you, or you can relax into child's pose. See what serves you best right now. Really allowing your deep, wise, loving self to listen inwardly in communication with all of the different parts of you. sending messages of care throughout the whole system. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and allow for a long, slow exhalation. And gently lift the torso up. And bring the legs out in front. Bring the hands to the thighs, shoulders back and down, chest and heart open. You can even bend the knees a little bit like I'm doing. This can help you rock the hips forward a little bit so we're not rounding so much from the low back. Bending the knees to rock the hips forward. Some of you, this might be enough, and you can just bring the hands to the earth back behind you to help keep you upright if you need that support. Otherwise, you can inhale, lengthen, and exhale, just hinge forward from the hips. Staying in communication with the different parts of the body that are speaking to you. Letting them know that you're listening. Just being curious if there are any sensations that are strong. Just seeing if you can extend that curiosity to them. Checking in with them, seeing if they have any information for you. And if they do, you can just let those sensations know that you hear this information. And that you care. Thanking the body for sharing this information with you. I'll read you this poem by John O'Donohue. And he uses the word soul in this poem, but I'm going to change that word to self for our use today. All through your life, yourself takes care of you. Yourself is alive and awakened, gathering, sheltering, and guiding your ways and days in the world. In effect, yourself is your secret shelter. All through your life, yourself takes care of you. Yourself is alive and awakened, gathering, sheltering, and guiding your ways and days in the world. In effect, yourself is your secret shelter. So just once again, thank all of the different parts of you for softening back, relaxing back, so the secret shelter can emerge more clearly and be known by these parts of you more deeply. Good. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift the torso up, lifting the arms up. Take a few deep breaths. Opening up to the self energy within you, and also the self energy around you, beyond you, the collective capital S self energy, that loving presence around you, and all of the different guides, loving capital S self energy from your ancestors, their higher self, from nature, and animal guides, and the unconditional loving presence they provide you. Just breathing open to all of that self energy in you and around you, and take a nice deep breath in, feeling its support and guidance. And exhale, lean back and shine that self energy outward from your capital S self out to the other women in our circle. Yes, that they may be more in touch with the self energy, and that their children may come to know and experience the self energy within them. Good, and then slowly lower all the way down, belly button towards spine on the way down. And take a moment to hug the knees into the chest and just actively receiving those warm wishes and all of that self energy from the other women in our circle. Really taking a moment to receive. To let yourself be touched and embraced by that self energy from the outside towards you, from the loving women in our circle. Good. And then you can bring the arms out to the sides. And inhale, breathing this caring energy in. And exhale, knees to the right, head rolls heavy towards the left. Just basking in this self energy. Inhale, knees towards the chest, breathing this loving energy in. And exhale, knees to the left, head towards the right, just basking in the self energy. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Feeling this deep presence that comes when you relax more and more fully into this capital S self, as more and more parts of you relax back. Trusting in self more fully, as more and more parts of you trust in this capital S self within you more fully. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. Relaxing on the back. Or you can move into the legs up the wall pose if you prefer for the final relaxation practice. Swinging legs up the wall or up a couch or up a bed if you're next to the bed or couch or chair. You can have some space between the buttocks and the wall, or if there's a lot of flexibility in the hamstrings, you can have the hips right up against the wall. It's your choice. You might also want to take a blanket and place a blanket over you. And again, either legs up the wall pose or just reclining on the back. It's your choice. So we'll move through a active relaxation here, tensing and releasing the major muscle groups with 2 deep breaths. So take a nice deep breath in, constraining the muscles, engaging the muscles. Make a prune face, lift the arms and legs slightly, fist with the hands, point the toes. Good. Exhale and relax fully and deeply. Constraint and release. Inhale deeply, open the mouth, stick out the tongue, stretching the jaw, open the eyes, play the fingers, stretch the toes. Ah, good. Close the eyes, relax the arms and legs. Deep, deep rest. Good. And just once again inviting all parts of you to soften, to relax back, to feel a gentle, loving membrane around you. And you can just invite all parts of you to relax into the warmth and gentleness of that loving membrane. And as they relax back, you become more clear to them. And they can benefit from your wise, loving presence, your compassion, and your courage and care. And as all of these parts of you relax back, you can just spend the next few moments letting them feel your care, shining your compassion on them. Very gently inviting the awareness back home to the breath. And take a nice, deep, rich breath in. A long, slow exhalation. And gently invite awareness back to the physical body, gently re-inhabiting the physical self more fully. Eventually rolling all the way over onto the side. Just pause there in a curl up fetal position for a moment's rest, curling up sweetly with yourself. You can press the hands into the earth, lifting the body up to seated. Coming to a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, checking the posture. And feeling free to bring the hands onto the heart or palms together in front of the heart. And I'll read you these words also by John O'Donohue. And I changed some of the words here so it relates to mothers. I believe that the words were work. And instead of work, I'm using the word mothering. And instead of the word soul, I'll use the word self. May the light of yourself guide you. May the light of yourself bless the mothering you do with the secret love and warmth of your heart. May you see in what you do the beauty of yourself. May the sacredness of your mothering bring healing, light, and renewal to those who receive your mothering. May it release within you well springs of refreshment, inspiration, and excitement. May you be present in what you do. May you go into the night blessed, sheltered, and protected. And may yourself calm, console, and renew you. In honor of inviting the different parts of us to relax back, to take a little rest, to soften their energy so they can experience the calm, healing renewal of self-energy. In honor of this, we offer ourselves and each other and all beings everywhere a deep, humble bow and namaste. Namaste. Great. So I will look forward to connecting with you all in a few minutes, in about 5 minutes. Feel free to get some tea, a nice cozy blanket, and we'll come back for our sharing circle.